Hello everyone, I am Paul with Winning Voices and welcome to the finale, at last, of Banished Voicetopia. The last episode, which is currently premiering at the moment I'm starting this recording. I planned this out perfectly. Anyway, in the last episode, I skipped over about 30 years in game and picked out some highlights that happened on stream. But today, we're going to start at the late spring of year 199 until year 200, early spring. So this is going to be a shorter video, but we're going to jump right into it because, as you can see, we have 321 nomads requesting citizenship. Now, I haven't been paying attention too much in the last quite a while to my labor account, so since that this is a celebratory episode, a celebratory year, we're finally going to achieve Tenure officially, I'm going to allow all of them into my village. And here they are. Lads, lasses, ladies, gentlemen, welcome to Voicetopia. The last place you'll ever need to be in. And there goes the first episode, or the last episode. Alright, I am gonna continue getting blocks, not stone. I am gonna get coal. We're gonna trade for, let's see what we can do with 250. No, way too much. Probably 150. Let's see what's that. 50 units. 20. We're overpaying by 5 units, sure. There we go. Alright, so these people will find a home for themselves, either inside of the many boarding houses that I have, or in just the other houses that I have. Well, this is it. After today, I can start preparing for the end. Because of course this is not the end just yet. I still have, let's see, the bonus episode to showcase a medium-sized map that also reached Tenure. Was sent to me by Vasily, who is a member of my Discord channel, link in the movie description. Also an avid follower on me on Twitch, also link in the movie description. And after that, of course, on Friday the 10th of June, we're gonna do the Apocalypse episode, where I will be activating the mod to bring in every kind of disaster. Over and over and over again. So I guess that in the last, this last year, it's just going to be a little bit more trading what I can do. It's going to be housing these people if they can find a place for themselves. And if not, then, oh well, it sucks to be them. I am going to get the wool and the leather. And I might as well get the iron just to prolong the inevitability of the two apocalypse. 4,800. I'm just too short on the... let's see, 15. Oh. 70 units. Overpaying by 5 units, that is fine. Let's get more wool and leather. No more stone. As you can see, we have 20 stone from the deconstructed houses that burned down. I am not gonna do any trading on this one because my dock is just empty here. So the house that was, I believe, somewhere down here, in the very bottom, somewhere. This one burned down, and we still have a wee bit of stone here. So let me sort that out by doing this. We've got the sentry, which of course came with the nomads. There we go. So we have 30 stone, and we need 40, I believe, for a well. So if I deconstruct one more house, I could build another well. Then we will have no stone left in town whatsoever. But a stone house costs 40 as well, so I'm just 10 stone shy of one more stone house. 30 divided by 8 is not enough to get full on wooden houses either. So we're not gonna build any wooden houses. Anything else that requires stone, that is 30. Probably not. Let's see, 8, 12, 12, 55 for a blacksmith, 48 for a tailor, 12 for a tavern, and that would be a definite no. Something that really is annoying me, well, that's probably because the game is taking so long to play, is that occasionally the music will just stop after one of the songs has ended. And I have to get into the menu, I have to apply the settings in terms of sound before the music will continue in the middle of the song. So, hi. Well, I do hope that you've enjoyed the series. I have and hadn't, because it's taken such a long time. Gonna do this 15,000, so we're gonna do the 2,000 per, the 4,000 peach. Of course, I want as much ale production as possible. Well, that's about it, so we'll do the 6,000 pepper, 2,000 chestnut, and 1,000 pecan, or a walnut. There we go. I just hope that you understand how much time I've saved you, and how much time I've invested in getting the previous episode out, because it was not just one live stream of several hours, it was several days, several live streams, several hours. And then also the editing of the video before getting it uploaded. It took quite a while. So I hope you can appreciate this, and I'll leave a like on it. I'll leave a like on any of the videos in the series that you've enjoyed. However, I will admit, I've got another infestation on a chestnut orchard. Of course, we're gonna sort that out if we can still. Yeah, there. That's why I keep the 50 builders. Not that they're gonna do much in this last year, but still, I've already lost my train of thought. I'm ready to move on. I still have a bit of preparation to do for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I know I'm doing Rife, I know I'm doing Yuri's Revenge. I have purchased Graveyard Keeper, but I haven't even looked at it, because I want to save that game for when I start recording it. Excuse me. But and as managed, I'm just done with this game. I can have a look, see how much time. There we go. Have a look. There you go. 328 hours in total. You may say that's not quite a lot, but still, 328 hours in total for one game. But at least I'll have 100%. I actually have it already, of course, but still. There. I'm ready to move on. There are now other games in this genre that do things just better, allow for more stuff to happen. So, honestly, well, at the time this game was really nice, really well done. It has passed its prime. And as far as I'm aware, the developers have completely abandoned this game. As I've mentioned in the achievement episode, they left a bug that stated you only needed 20 wells for the firefighter achievement, but in reality you need 40. They never changed that either back to officially 20 or by editing the achievement description. And I think that just sucks. I feel that they could have at least done that. Now with 5,000 venison, 2,000 of this, and 1,200 of this. Let's see what I can get. Actually, let's get the 250 hide coats and 2,000 ale in as well. Let's just see if I can get everything in here. Not the chicken. Not the mutton. The squash, the berries, the cherries. I'm gonna have way plenty. 20,000, so I can get rid of this. I can get rid of this. And I'll slowly get rid of... Ooh, wait, 50. That's 7. 5 units. 1998. 1 unit additional, 1999. Overpaying by 2 units, that's perfectly fine. Lots of food coming in now. Of course, with 321 more people, there comes 321 more mouths to feed. And our food situation hasn't been doing that well. So, let us end off by taking a look at the graphs of the last 100 years. Our population has been going up and down, and for fuck's sake, enough with the infestations. They're really just a minor inconvenience, but it's so annoying just to have them every single time. There. So, our population has been going up and down, has probably reached just over 3,000 tops, maybe just below it. And it's been going up and down ever since. In terms of our citizens, health, happiness, education included, I've tried my absolute best to keep them educated, to keep them happy, to keep them healthy, to keep them clothed. But old age, a lot of old age over here and over here, the death spirals. Also, they weren't healthy because I couldn't feed them because I was working on the achievement episode. I wasn't paying too much attention to the needs of my villagers. So, you had a lot of old age people weren't happy with that. They couldn't start their families because old people kept occupying houses and such. So, this is pretty much unavoidable unless you're able to keep on expanding. And honestly, at this stage, once I was able to recover, I knew that I wouldn't fail this challenge. In food, as you can see, tops I've had close to 350,000 because I've been buying food quite a lot, and this was the absolute low point where I wasn't paying attention due to the achievement episode. I just let the food run out to below 10,000. I did panic, but I managed to get back up there. As you can see, this massive spike was me just buying lots and lots of food once that was available. Let me speed up the game again. And ever since, it's just been using food, buying food, using food, buying food, using food, buying food, using food, buying food. Logs. This is just a natural process. I have a feeling that this was the last time that I cut down trees naturally, and the rest is just what the foresters were able to produce. I'm not gonna go into it. Stone, well, having lots of quarries, having lots of people working in your quarries equals a high production of stone, but as you can see, over the last 5 years, all of my quarries have been emptied. This little bit of a spike here is the 30 stone that I got back from demolishing the houses, and that's going to remain there indefinitely. Iron, lots of iron. Mines that I had, yet another infestation, for fuck's sake. Is it this one? Probably. Got half a mind to not even rebuild them, but it's a wheat field, so I want to. Oh. 50. No, not that. There. How's this field doing? Not that well. Going back to here. I cannot explain the massive decrease in iron production, and I don't think I want to. Not gonna get any more livestock, but I've decreased the amount of iron being produced in favor of coal from the mines, of course, and then I switched back to iron, and then back to coal, and back to iron. So I guess that's the explanation. Firewood. I've been producing lots of firewood on a constant basis. Early on, in the first 100 years when I was getting the seeds, firewood is actually a very good trading good in order to get the seeds. Because I believe the magic number is around 1700 or something, or 1200 to get a single seed. So, given you keep track of which seeds you have and you remove them from your orders, then you'll have them in no time. Especially if you have several trading docks and you keep up with them on a constant basis. You'll do fine. And for the rest, I've been purchasing little bits of firewood here and there, but mostly it's just natural production. And of course, the higher your population, the higher the need and consumption of firewood. Given that you have stone houses will remain insulated longer, they will remain warm longer. This is just gonna be potato. Even though that might not have been potato, don't care. So stone houses are insulated better than wooden houses. Of course, I have one wooden house all the way down here. This little house here is my only wooden house. And you are wheat for one person. And there. So warmer houses or well isolated, insulated houses will not use firewood that often. So that's why once I started upgrading my houses into stone houses and continued building houses, all of the houses were stone right off the get-go. Just because of that. Now coal. Coal is mostly used for your steel tools, of course, but coal is also used as fuel to keep the houses warm. If there's no firewood, then coal will be the preferred method of warming the house. I'm gonna get some of this and try to get, including the herbs, leather, logs. I'm gonna see if I can get everything except stone. I must trade an additional. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do 1400 ale as well. 300 coal, definitely. There. Fish, walnut, iron. 1400. 30. There. That's a massive trade. Same over here. I'm gonna start with 5000. Actually, I'm just gonna get this done. More trading. Apple, leather. I am continuing to trade because it's just useful in preparation of the ultimate finale. Although it's early winter already, so I don't need to do this. I'm saying that this will be the last trade I'll ever do in this town. So 5000, we'll do 2000 mutton, 2000 this, 2000 this, overpaying by 1300. Mm-hmm. 70. 74. 65. 67. There. Overpaying by 1 unit, that's fine. Right, no more trading for me. So, I've been constantly producing steel tools the moment that I started producing them, and thus I've been mining coal on a constant basis. Occasionally mining more coal in favor of iron, or stop mining iron in favor of coal. There you go. And then occasionally switching mines back into iron just because I needed that. Tools. I have been constantly producing both iron and steel tools. Iron tools mostly for trading, and steel tools just for using. And this massive spike here, as I explained in the end of the last episode, just to prevent a tool apocalypse from happening during this actual last session here. I've thrown all of these iron tools that were in all of my trading docks back into the population. So that's this massive spike of 10,000 tools that you see here. I don't need them, but I have them anyway. Herbs. Herbs are just gathered naturally. During sickness, people use a lot of herbs. During starvation, they will use herbs because they'll get sick easier. And I've been buying herbs, I've been using them, I've been gathering them. What else is there to see? Clothing. I have done my absolute best to keep all of my citizens clothed. I've been producing leather coats right from the beginning, with the hides from the haunted deer. Once that I started having the animals, with cows, cattle, I could get more hides for more leather clothing. I could get wool from the sheepy. And once I had sheeps, I would start producing both wool coats and worm coats, and putting all of them into the trading docks. Speaking of, fine, let's end off with sheepy. 240.
Welcome, sheepy. You have sheepy too? No, you not have sheepy. Bye.
I know at least one person that's going to enjoy that. So I've been constantly producing clothing. definitely never need seeds anymore. I've kept my citizens clothed pretty much throughout this entire time. This I don't understand. It's probably when I had a lot of clothing in my store, my trading docks, and I removed a bunch, and then I put back in, and then I removed a bunch. But I've been producing clothes right from the get-go. Alcohol. These people are a bunch of drunkards. I could remove all the alcohol from the trading docks. And you should see a massive spike in that again, but I've mainly used alcohol for the trading good. As you can see, ale is worth 8 trading points, and only wheat ale is not, or wheat ale is the worst of the ales in terms of trading. When it takes 8 fruit per orchard to produce a single ale, it takes 10 wheat to produce a single ale. So the wheat ale city that I had up here originally was just to produce lots and lots and lots of ale. That was probably one of these spikes, but ultimately I favored the food production for actual food and not ale, so I went back on that. Again, no more seeds. I'm just going to continue dismissing the traders here. So alcohol has been going up and down, up and down. I've been keeping my population happy. And textiles? Textiles are just your leathers and your wool. I've been buying leather and wool ever when it was possible in the last 100 years. And constantly producing clothing, just more and more clothing, just to keep the people clothed. As you can see, I have all the trading items. I've had it in the first 10-ish years, I believe. I remember when I first started this series, I recorded episode 1 with sound, and then episode 3, 4, 5, 2, 3 and 4 I recorded without sound. So that's why the actual episode 2 or 3, I don't remember which one, is skipping over quite a couple of years, and I suddenly have all of the livestock and all of the seeds. As a special bonus, because I really feel bad about that, I do remember that I purchased a second of every seed just for the playthrough. It was completely useless. Once you have one of each seed, any consecutive seed of the same type is useless. So that's why I've been constantly refusing the seed traders, because they're just not useful. And the all-round traders that have all matters of goods, including seeds, I've specifically ordered not seeds from them. As you can see in the orders, there would be seeds here if this was one of those proper seeds vendors, but I didn't want them. I didn't need them anymore. We're gonna end off as we have reached year 200 early spring with almost 2,500 people. Only 10 homes shy of housing for housing every family there is. Now, of course, this number has been different quite a bit. I'm gonna keep the game paused from now on. We have 1,626 adults, 406 students, and 426 children. Clothed 99%. I don't understand, with all the clothes that I have. As you can see, I have close to 4,000 finished clothing. And then also all of the clothing inside of my trading docks. I don't understand how 1% cannot be clothed. I'm not gonna guess. Maybe it's just a newborn baby. Educated 90%. If I didn't accept the nomads at the start of this would have been 100%. We ended off with 160 laborers, 50 builders, of which 4 are working on one location up here, I guess we're never gonna finish that, so I'm going to shut that down as well, and then diminish this by 1. 405 farmers on 393 locations, where the only location where I have more than one farmer is this field and that field. 86 herdsmen. Every pasture that is 20 by 20 or 10 by 20, such as these, have 2 people in them. I also have a couple of pastures, for instance, up here I've got 3 of them, and down here I've got 1 of them. I've got a couple other 10 by 10 pastures. Those only have 1 person per pasture, and that's why this number is different. 52 gatherers in 13 places, 216 fishermen in 54 places, 52 hunters in 13 places, 39 woodcutters, 52 foresters in 13 places, meaning that I have 13 green zones, and a green zone contains, of course, your forester, which is the central one, your hunter, your gatherer, and in my case always a herbalist. Sometimes I will put a woodcutter right into it, or otherwise on the edge of the forestry area. So I've got 13 of these areas, 48 herbalists in 24 locations. I do have a couple of herbalists inside of towns. Let's see if I can quickly find one, for instance. Close to a market, I believe that I had one. I believe here. Let's see. Come on, don't prove me wrong. It was either here. Well, I definitely have one here, don't I? Aye. So this is still within the vicinity of this forestry, despite the fact that there is a herbalist here. But from what I've read online, people that are sick will go to a herbalist, or will go to a hospital, then to a herbalist to apply the herbs as medicine. So apparently it's useful to have a herbalist inside of your villages as well, but I cannot confirm that. 26 blacksmiths, 31 brewers. No, that used to be more, because I had a couple brewers here as well, all for wheat ale, but it turns out that it wasn't too useful. 32 tailors, producing all kinds of clothes. I've also have both kind of tools being produced from my blacksmiths, so both iron tools and steel tools. Tailors are producing hide coats, wool coats, worm coats. I've got 144 vendors in the markets, 12 markets in total, and I've got 132 traders in 11 trading posts. I still have 30 miners. The mine is currently 12% remaining, working on iron. I'm gonna switch, not that it matters, but I'm gonna switch it to coal anyway for the last 12%. I've got no more stonecutters because all of the quarries have been emptied out, and there is just no more place for any quarries. And that's why I end up with 30 stone from 3 houses in total that got burned down. I've got 31 teachers, 23 physicians in the hospitals, and 16 clerics in chapels. Each chapel and each schoolhouse can house up to, or each schoolhouse can house up to 20 students, and each chapel can house up to 200 people. So eventually, if you don't build any more additional schoolhouses and chapels, you'll just see exclamation points above them like, hey, there's a problem, I have too many people for what I can do in terms of capacity. In terms of production for the last 100 years, I've produced 335,000 logs, and I've been using more. Of course, logs are used for firewood as well as construction. I've produced far less of anything than I've actually used, except apparently alcohol. but that's obvious because I haven't bought any alcohol other than the one time that I was just exchanging. It's like, oh, I've got this kind of ale. You have that kind of ale. Let me try that one for a bit. I do that with beer, you know, just exchange beers. Like, I'll give you one of the specialties from my hometown. You get me one of the specialties from your hometown. Clothes as well. I've been producing lots of clothes. I've never bought clothes, I believe. So that's that. Textiles. I have bought lots of textiles. I've bought lots of coal and iron and stone. The fuel is only the firewood. And I believe that I have bought firewood. There were a few times when I was running very low on firewood, but that was sorted out relatively quickly. The rest speaks for itself. Inventory. Well, this is a detailed overview of everything that I have. Feel free to pause the video if you want, but I'm not gonna go over this at all. Fish is definitely the thing I have the most of, other than beans, but that's normal because beans was the starting seed that I had. As you can see, 6,000 steel tools and only 30 stone. And you can even say by quantity, you can say how many do I have in my trading post in total. So I've got no more steel tools, no more iron tools, no herbs, no iron, no firewood, coal. Why do I have coal in my trading post? Because I bought. This is mostly stuff that I bought. The reeds, the plum and such, I bought them. They're still in my trading post because they haven't been distributed yet. In homes, there's also a thing you can see. There's not in that's a bit strange now that I'm looking at this list. I cannot see anything in the markets, but probably that's still in storage. Graphs, I've seen that. Nomads, trade items. We've seen it all, we've had it all, we've done it all. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Banished. This has been the town of Voicetopia. A challenge where the only goal was to reach year 200, so that eventually, with 500 people or more, I would have Tenure. Due to a mistake on my part, by loading a map that has Tenure already achieved, before this time, I was able to achieve Tenure. I was able to get the achievement, but now that we have reached year 200, and I still have over 500 people in my town, I can say with absolute certainty, I have now 100%ed this game. The achievement explanation episode allows you a better insight on how to get the achievements, on what you need to do. This was the easiest because Tenure was the only thing that I had to do. I've done challenge runs in the past where I'd go for as many challenges as possible, and while in the original recording of the achievement episode I said you needed to have a separate playthrough altogether for the Mountain Men. On the day I was editing that video, I recorded that a while before that, but during editing I looked it up. I didn't specifically look it up. I was more curious about whether or not the wiki page for the achievements would say something about the firefighter achievement, but it doesn't. It still states 20, so even the wiki is faulty, is wrong. But I saw somebody, he had screenshots, doing a playthrough of Mountain Man, and then on top of that, get every single achievement during that same playthrough. So, props to you, lad. It is possible to do all of the achievements in a single run, given that you know what you're doing. But like I said, for me, Tenure was the only thing I needed to do. And now that I have it, I can soon uninstall this game. What's gonna happen from now on? Well, I'm gonna save, first of all. And this time save for real. There you go. I will be recording tomorrow an episode where I showcase this save file, Shakuras. This is the save file that got me the Tenure achievement. I wanted to showcase this is a medium-sized map, a different seed. Speaking of map, there you go. If you want to play along, this is the seed. This is the settings that I have. But Shakuras was done on a medium-sized map. This was a large one. Different settings altogether, but I'll show them off once I actually get to that. After that, on Friday, the 10th of June, I'm gonna activate this debug menu mod. I'm gonna spawn in a whole bunch of citizens, because more citizens just means more death, and that's the point of the entire thing. I want to create as much death as possible. I'll do a live stream where I'm gonna go over all of the disasters. We're gonna look at everything, and we're just gonna kill everyone over and over and over again until I've had my fill. And after that, I will uninstall the game and never touch it again. A sad thing, but it's time to move on. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. It helps out a great deal. I am Paul with many voices. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.